So, what potentially works best for the most common products that you'll see on store shelves that are actually registered with the EPA? The first one we're going to talk about here is DEET repellent. We hear it all the time, and what's interesting is a lot of times you'll see packaging say DEET free, which is fine, but DEET itself comes in a lot of different percentages, and what this number means, it's the number of hours it will protect you. 15% DEET offers up to 2 hours of protection. You go up to 25% DEET, that may be up to 12 hours of protection. More than 50% doesn't increase the length of protection. Now, it is a strong eye irritant, and it is scary because when people read that it can melt plastic, I'll be the first to admit, I'm a little bit afraid to put something on my skin that says it will melt plastic.
Sure, but remember, these are tested to be safe. Like you said, there's a plateau effect above 50%. And if you are applying it to children, it is safe in children and pregnant women to use DEET, but you want to spray it on your hands and then apply it to the child. Avoid their eyes, avoid their mouth, avoid their hands, because children are always putting their hands in their mouth. But there are other DEET-free, still very effective products. So what you want to look for is something approved by the EPA. So interestingly, all of these insect repellents are actually pesticides. So they're not approved by the FDA, they're approved by the EPA. So you can go to their website and actually check to see what's there. But there are other ingredients like picaridin, oil of lemon eucalyptus, which is safe in kids over 3. So if you really are nervous about the DEET because it does melt plastic, you could do that. Or
so the 4 is DEET, picaridin, oil of lemon eucalyptus, and permethrin. Now, I'm curious because a lot of the items, this is, for instance, a T-shirt, I guess, that has permethrin in it.
Exactly.
And it says it will repel mosquitoes for up to 70 washes. You're a dermatologist, you're a mother.
Yeah.
What do you use?
One thing is protective clothing. So even if it's hot, try to get lightweight long sleeves. If you're really in an area that's high risk like South America, you want to tuck those into the socks even, just so there's not an entry point. If you're going to put sunscreen on, that goes first, and then the insect repellent goes second. I did use DEET. I used 25% DEET on my kids because that afforded the longer protection. I put it on my hands and then I put it on them. And then you can get permethrin-infused clothes, or you could just buy permethrin and put it on your clothes. But all of those are safe and effective, and you can go on the EPA website and actually make sure that what you're buying, because if you're going to invest the money, you absolutely should get the benefit.
And to anyone out there marketing sham products that say they protect against the Zika virus, shame on you. Because what you need to do is you need to go into a hospital and spend time with a baby who has microcephaly, talk to that mother, and then think about how you feel about yourself and what you're doing.
Or if your wife was pregnant instead of that. Just one last question. Can you develop contact dermatitis from the good products?
Yeah, so any product, even if it's EPA approved, if it doesn't agree with you, then don't use it. So if you are at all sensitive and you tend to have allergies or rashes, I always tell my patients, just try a little bit on the inner part of your arm for maybe 2 or 3 days, not even just one day before you know you're going to a high-risk area, and make sure you don't have a reaction.
And that doesn't mean that it's toxic. It just means that you have an allergic reaction. Okay.